Welcome back. Alright, time to get in to see the dentist, and then get our nice closing montage, and finally find out what happened to Leisure Suit Larry 4. Now that is some upbeat music. Alright, we just gotta get an appointment. That's all we gotta do. You wrap your knuckles gently on the textured sliding glass window. Oh, she growls. Just what do you think we're doing here, eh, little man? Hello, you say in your most pleasant tone. My name is Larry. Larry Laugher. I wonder if I might get an appointment with one of your dental hygienists, specifically the one with the big knockers. No, she says, closing the window. Wait, you cry, but it's too late.
So you shouldn't have mentioned the knockers.
That gets me every time. Yeah? What is it? Hello, you say to the receptionist. I'd like to make an appointment to see one of your dental hygienists. I think I'm due for a little oral cavity work, if you know what I mean. Yeah, maybe, she replies, but first let's do your paperwork. She grabs a large piece of paper covered with tiny type. Okay, sweetie, let's fill this little old admission form out together now, shall we? This is a series of 13 questions. If you get one wrong, you have to start over.
Why?
Because that's how irritating it is to go to the dentist. Do you have dental insurance?
Yes.
Do you have lots of dental insurance?
Yes.
Are your teeth overly sensitive?
No.
By the way, Princess is doing this without the walkthrough. I've got the walkthrough in front of me. Are you allergic to pain?
No. How would you be allergic? Okay.
Do you enjoy pain?
I love it.
Do you enjoy sharing your pain with others?
Yes?
Do you enjoy mechanical objects in your mouth?
My favorite?
Do you enjoy other people's hands in your mouth?
Yes.
Do you enjoy rubber in your mouth?
My favorite flavor?
Do you swallow?
Too much information? Can I say?
Do you swallow?
I'm gonna answer for Jeff, and I'm gonna say he says yes.
What? Have you ever heard of AIDS?
No?
Do you know anyone who has ever hired a lawyer?
No?
Do you know the definition of malpractice?
Absolutely not.
You just got 100% on the questionnaire.
Woohoo!
Since this is not an emergency, I'll go ahead and set you up with an appointment for, let's see, how about 9 months from today? 10 o'clock is good for me.
Well, that sucks.
We gotta make it an emergency. Using just the things in this room.
What's that thing sitting right there?
That's a telephone.
Well, what's that?
It's a doily. You take the lace doily from the waiting room table, but you really don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I still think that's impressive that you solved the whole puzzle all by yourself. I had the walkthrough in front of me. You didn't even need it.
What can I say?
The puzzles in Larry 5 are really easy?
I was gonna go with I'm amazing, but fine. Have it your way.
Feeling rather silly, you wrap the doily around your head in a classic Three Stooges toothache style.
I guess that works.
Now it's an emergency. Yeah, what is it? Sorry, I got distracted. You mumble with your jaw tied shut while you pretend to be unable to speak. Oh, you poor dear. You look like you're in terrible pain. Why, just go right on in. We'll have one of our technicians attend to you right away.
She gets really nice when you're in pain.
Apparently. You think to yourself, where else do you pay someone lots of money to insert metal objects in your mouth in order to inflict lots of pain?
I'm trying to think of something.
BDSM club.
They don't put that in your mouth.
If you pay enough, you hear someone coming. Oh my.
It's like Patty.
This is Chi-Chi Lambada. Well, Mr. Laffer, shall we get started? Oh, I don't know, you protest. I hate dental work so much, I think I'd rather have a baby.
Much
What?
rather have AIDS than a baby.
Well, make up your mind, says Chi-Chi. I've got to adjust the chair. Turn our camera on. Save our game. And guys, say Larry, have you ever considered dental floss as an aphrodisiac?
Now that you mention it.
Let's take a look at her.
Whoa!
Is it just me or does that butt look like it's really straining?
Work inappropriate.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? I think I'm trying to help that button out. That button is... Hey, what do you think you're doing?
You're just gonna keep doing that until she says, ooh, baby.
Something like that.
I'm surprised she hasn't slapped you yet.
Now, Larry, stop that.
Whoa!
Hey, just a minute here. If anyone's gonna undo my button, it's me.
Those were fairly realistic. Did she just wink at us?
She did. She's kind of turned on. Oh, Chi-Chi, you say. Has anyone ever told you you're beautiful? Yes. You're gonna have to do better than that line, Larry. Does the name Bucky Beaver mean anything to you? You ask Chi-Chi. Doesn't mean anything to me. Well, I suppose I've heard worse, she responds. How about Bucephalus? Oh, I do hope illegal actions don't bother you, Larry, says Chi-Chi.
How old are you talking?
Well, I don't know. Oh, nothing much, I suppose. I really meant to jump in on that amnesty deal a few years ago, but I just forgot, I guess.
It's totally something you forget.
Amnesty, Chi-Chi, you interject. Are you an undocumented worker? Yes, I guess I am, she replies. Although I would do anything for a man who could help me become a citizen.
Let's get married.
Say, she pauses and looks deep into your eyes. You wouldn't have any ideas about this, would you?
I just had one.
No, I can't think of anything right now, you say with a grin. But if something pops up, I feel certain I'll think of you.
But I just told you one.
See, and marrying her would at least get Larry some sex, right?
We all know there's no sex in marriage.
He'd probably get it at least once on the way to the altar.
On the way to the... What do you think happens during marriage?
You know, Chi-Chi, I bet a girl like you could use something like this, you say, offering her the green card you found at the airport. And we have successfully solved another girl. Could I, says Chi-Chi. Oh, Larry, you've made me the happiest woman in Miami. Now I'll be able to move to Central California.
Woohoo! Whoa.
Whoa,
Okay.
hello. Wow, look at... Okay. How come you don't move like that?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I don't have boobs.
I move like that. Why don't we go downstairs to my apartment behind the gymnastics studio where I'll be able to express my appreciation in a more acceptable manner?
Wait, what's more acceptable?
All right, Larry, it sounds like you're going to get a home-cooked meal for a change.
Setting that bar high.
A few minutes later, downstairs in the gymnastics studio, I can't decide if Larry actually gets to have sex with her or not.
Let's find out.
I would value a second opinion on this. Chi-Chi, you cry, what are you doing? Come on, my little Tito Puente, she cries. I'm ready and waiting.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Ah!
Whoa! Look out for that tree! Alright, so you didn't have sex there. I think we can agree on that. There might have been nipples in that.
I guess it depends on what your definition of sex is.
Hello. Oh, Larry, cries Chi-Chi. I bet you've never done it this way!
Oh god. Oh my god. Is he gonna jump on the trampoline and then... Oh my god.
Larry, watch out for my trampoline! Oh! Okay. Wow, that's an impact.
I guess that's what they meant by jumping on boxes.
I'm not even sure what part of this is supposed to be. Okay, no, I kind of get it now. Now it's your turn, Larry, says Chi-Chi, the blood rushing to her brain. Come and get it, big fella.
What's he supposed to do with that?
I think he's supposed to go over there, stand up on his head, and then they have sex. Upside down, on a balance beam. Oh! I like to think when the blinds close, he's having crazy monkey sex, and we're just seeing the worst parts.
I don't think they had sex.
What a humiliating experience this has been Finally, your lack of athletic ability has emerged to haunt you. At least you recorded Chi-Chi on your videotape. The boys in the office will be proud of you. But so much for those fantasies you've had about you and gymnasts. You vow to get into shape.
Just like you did in that one game.
You mean the last game, Larry 3?
Yeah, that one.
Where we turned into the Incredible Dork? We'll never get to see what that tape says, though, because then the game thinks we failed. No, okay. So yeah, sit down in the chair if you really want to. No, I wanted to... Oh, God. The game knows I'm almost done, and it's just trying to dick with me now. Hello, North Beach Limousine Service. Hi, this is Mr. Lafford. Would you send my limousine over to Doc Pulliam's right away? Why, yes, sir, Mr. Lafford. In fact, one of our drivers is in that vicinity right now. Just look outside. I bet you see her. I get a feeling in real life limo service isn't quite that speedy. We'll be there damn near instantaneously.
Limos aren't ubiquitous where you come from?
Oh, God, there's one more bit of copyright protection. I forgot we got to get a ticket back to L.A. Geez, you think no matter where I go, no matter which limousine rental company I use, no matter which driver I get, all these limos look alike. Waka, waka, waka. Alright, well, it's a shame I tore up all that copyright information, isn't it?
What a shame.
I'm gonna have to do it from memory.
That will work.
Alright, here. You hold this piece, and I'm gonna hold this piece up to it. Okay, and then we'll get your dog to hold this other piece. And then we'll get him to lick it, and we'll stick the pieces together. Meanwhile, a conservative political action committee peddles a little more than just influence.
Those bastards!
And as you know, blah blah blah, interested in traditional American values, blah blah blah, my campaign promises, blah blah blah, good and virtue, blah blah blah.
That's what I hear every time I
It's
talk.
my elected official, too. It's not just any elected official, that's my elected official. And furthermore, blah blah blah, if re-elected, I will blah blah blah, pornography, blatant exploitation, blah blah blah, minors, blah blah blah.
Make it all legal? Woohoo!
I will legalize pornography for every household in America. And in conclusion, blah blah blah, blah blah blah.
God bless America.
Yeah, okay, Senator, we got it. Here's the deal. There's plenty more where this comes from, as long as we see some progress on the bill to tighten regulation of the airwaves.
Because nobody likes the First Amendment.
But we love the Second Amendment.
Yeah! That one
What
should
is
come
going on with
first.
that guy's eye? We wanted that smut off the air, and we're willing to back up our beliefs in the traditional American way. So, do you want it or don't you?
What's the traditional American way?
Money.
It's not revolution.
Give me that suitcase, boy. I got legislation to write. He grins. He's got to be from the South if he's my elected official.
Yeah. Could be Ted Cruz.
Sir, we've arrived. Alright. Princess, hold that piece. Rocco, lick that piece.
He did just eat that peanut butter cake. Pretty sure he can
Wait.
stick something together.
We can stick this paper to the roof of his mouth and make it look like he's talking. I forgot that I had to buy one more plane ticket. Los Angeles at 12:50. It's the only flight available today. I think I want that one. That one. Rounded top. And that one again.
Huzzah! Hope you didn't need any of those numbers.
I really hope I didn't need any of those numbers. Or the rest of that copyright information. I can always go print it out again. I don't own a printer, but if you'll just sit here, I'll run to Office Max real quick. Which is how I print out everything.
You've used my printer before.
That's true. But normally I run off at Max and stuff. Doesn't come up that often.
It's closer.
Oh my god.
I feel certain that the chair will work this time.
No, I don't trust that chair. Every time I've sat in a chair, it's ended badly.
You know what that means? Just because you're not good at sit in it, it's the one that works.
You're right, it's gonna work. Here we go. Son of a...
Tricked ya.
I'm not doing this bit again. I could actually understand it that time. It sounded like somebody saying he's had enough. So you got to see some boobies in this one.
Hooray!
And in the 6th game, even more realistic boobies.
Hooray!
Then in the 7th one, cartoon boobies.
Oh.
What?
Back to the cartoons.
The 7th one's really cartoony. You visit with your visit to the East Coast finish, your plane heads back to Los Angeles. Do 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 do. Yeah, I know. I made the same joke like 6 hours ago. But this time, we're not gonna fall asleep. No, ma'am.
We're gonna be super bored the whole flight.
We're just gonna sit here and fly to LA in real time.
Oh dear God. Wait, that looks like sleeping.
Okay, I could have been wrong.
Obviously you were. An experience not wholly unfamiliar to you.
It's not hard to see, Patty. The problem's that 2 people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy mixed-up world.
I see what they're doing.
Leisure Suit Bogey.
Leisure Suit Casablanca.
Larry, in all the scenes, in all the games, in all the world, you had to walk into mine. That's his line.
I know, what?
Ingrid Patty.
Yeah,
Yeah. Remember, Larry, we'll always have none tonight.
but they were only there like...
That's
for,
where
like,
they
2
met.
seconds together.
Here's looking at you, kid. That's where they had their first climactic night. Well, Patty, I'm glad to see you made it back safely. I told you there was nothing to worry about.
Other than that, attempted rape.
From our limo driver. You were right, Inspector Desmond, but for a while there, I was really stumped.
Wait, when?
I don't remember. She performed flawlessly. Oh, you did fine. Now let's go over what you discovered through your investigations. We discovered that a dog in the background was barking. Let's begin with Baltimore and Des Rever Records. What happens? It was easy. I got past that guard in the shill building lobby just by showing him the data man, which I had inserted reverse bias's cartridge. I remember that. I was there. Is this going to walk me through everything I've done in this game? Because I'll go to bed instead. Good work, Patty, but what happened after you got upstairs? Did you learn anything about Des Rever or Baez? Which is Zayed backwards. It's not anything backwards. While upstairs in Des Rever's outer office, I found a gold record which I think may contain some valuable evidence. Here, take it. It's not like you could have bought this record at just any old record store and gotten the same information without having to hire outside help.
No, it's only a gold record.
I discovered the gold record could actually be played on a stereo system there. It sounded fine.
That sounds like... What? Why is that useful information? Oh my God, stop that.
But when I played the gold record in reverse at 33 1/3, I heard a strange message. It should be proof positive of the vicious things they've been doing.
Make it stop!
Vicious! Now we gotta go through everything we've ever done. Good going, Patty. Did you make the recording session I booked for you?
No!
Yes, I played 3 times. Now, the first 2 times it wasn't so good, but then on the 3rd time I magically got better. Actually, the studio session went pretty well, boss. After a couple of tries, I really started cooking.
Make her stop!
I was there for this! You'll love this, boss. I used an old technique with which I'm quite familiar. I grabbed some champagne from my limo and got reverse drunk. So drunk, in fact, he gave me this cassette tape to impress me. It could have just been like, you handed over all of the evidence you found, and Inspector Desmond was very impressed. The end. really have a way with men, Patty, he laughs. Our agents could have never obtained evidence like you did.
Yeah, getting a man drunk is hard.
Can I point out if we didn't play the game correctly and skipped all of those steps, this scene would be a lot shorter?
Why didn't we do that?
So did you discover anything at K-Rap Radio?
No!
She only had 2 missions, it's okay. Well, I sneaked into John Crapper's office just as the receptionist came back from her break.
Give me all of the details. Don't leave anything out. I want to know everything.
Nice job of sleuthing, Patty. Did you go into blackface? I searched John Crapper's desk and discovered a folder filled with what looked like incriminating evidence to me.
Well, where did you get the key, Patty?
Did you use a key or a letter opener? I have to know. I assumed he'd missed the folder if I stole it, so I used his photocopier to make copies of it. Here they are.
And then what happens?
And then I put on blackface and dressed like a rapper, and I was rapping Patty P. Way to go, Patty. Nice work. I think I might have just spit on you with the Patty P. And besides that, I overheard what Too Live to Screw thought were private conversations. They didn't realize they were meeting in a room with an open microphone.
Those idiots.
They're musicians, and they didn't realize that recording studios have microphones. Although I nearly got trapped by PC Hammer, I recorded Too Live to Screw on a reel-to-reel tape.
Tell me more. Tell me how you escaped, Patty.
Great, Patty. You've proven yourself the right woman for the job.
See, even he's like, shut up.
Yeah. He's like, bitch, I saw this happen, alright? I played the game too. Patty, you've done a wonderful job. I'm so proud of you.
I think he's really trying to get her to stop talking.
In anticipation of your success, I made all the necessary arrangements for your White House... You're
getting me a White House?
Your very own White House. Suddenly, a westbound flight heads south.
Uh-oh, but the South is evil.
The plane's crashing. Hey, this is no dream. Your airliner's actually falling out of control.
Must be possessed.
As your flight plummets from the sky, your life passes before your eyes, and here's where it tells me everything I didn't do right. For a while, you consider that redhead you dated during high school, wondering if there could have been some reason she wanted you to come over to her house that afternoon when her parents were out of town. That you know of. Stealth dating. Oh my god, this sound is obnoxious. But then you consider your performance since you were back at Horn Prodco. Boy, I wish I had degaused those videotapes before I left my office. I did! I did! We can all agree I did that, right?
Yeah. We've got video to prove it.
And it hasn't said anything else. I played a perfect game of Larry 5.
Yes,
Do you see that? No other complaints. All in all, you wish you'd accepted that redhead's offer.
Would have been amazing.
Perfect game of Larry 5. The loudspeaker crackles with a panic-stricken voice. Any passengers with flight experience are urged to report to the cockpit immediately.
Well, obviously that's Larry.
You remember what Larry used to do before he arrived at Lost Wages? You think? I used to sell flight simulator software door to door. Maybe I could help.
Yeah, that's totally related.
Oh, stewardess, you shout, what's wrong?
The plane's going down. I don't know if you noticed.
She replies, oh, not to worry, it's just that the pilot's contract ran out a few minutes ago, and being a good union worker, he refuses to work without a contract.
Which is why the plane is falling out of the sky.
Straight down. Oh, sir, can you help us? Well, I'll do the best I can, you volunteered. Did I mention I used to sell flight simulator software door to door?
Doesn't really inspire confidence, either.
Oh, that's wonderful, sir. Hurry, follow me up, down to the cockpit so we can stop the screaming sound in Jeff's ear.
We can just slide down, sir. Slide. Whee! See, he looks like he's enjoying that.
I better save, because this is the last chance to save before the ending, I think. Oh my god, my ear. Oh, Larry, it's another fine mess you've gotten yourself into.
Wait, how did he get himself into this mess?
Whatever possessed you to volunteer to land a major aircraft? This is far different from your futile attempts a few years ago when you tried to sell flight simulator software for a major computer game company. I'll learn to read by the end of this series.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. Alright, what should I click on, Princess?
That sticky thing on the chair.
The sticky thing. You turn on the radio. It's tuned to a nice, soft rock, easy listening MOR album station.
Sticky thing.
Sticky thing.
No.
The wing service de-icers go to work, quickly removing any trace of ice from the hot summer sun-baked flight surfaces. Which sticky thing?
That sticky thing.
The sticky thing?
No.
The sticky thing.
No.
Good idea. Change the auxiliary fuel tanks. Which sticky thing?
On the chair.
That's a person's head. You flip the switch that signals the stewardess to bring you a fresh cocktail.
What's a person's head?
Grasping at anything and everything on the dashboard, you brilliantly and totally accidentally hit something called an autopilot.
It's that easy. Anybody can fly a plane. What's a person's head?
That right there, I think that's a person's head.
Not that.
That black thing. The airplane's computer takes over, stopping its spin, leveling out the plane and preventing certain disaster. I don't know what sticky thing you're talking about. The hand?
Is that a hand?
That's a hand. You did it, Larry. I think that's the hand of the guy sitting there. There's a slight problem now. You've got to land this sucker.
Where's the auto land button?
There's the runway, Larry. Steady now. Bring her in carefully. You're coming in too fast.
An experience not wholly unfamiliar to me.
Yo! You scream. They missed a perfect joke. Wow, that was close. You just barely pulled out in time.
An experience not wholly unfamiliar to me.
Oh no, you scream. Larry, you gotta keep it up longer.
An experience not wholly unfamiliar to you.
You circle around 180 degrees and try again.
An experience not wholly unfamiliar to you.
Nice try. Try it with both hands on your yoke.
An experience not wholly unfamiliar to you?
This is it. You think, I'm gonna make it this time? An experience wholly unfamiliar to you. You did it, Larry. You saved an entire airliner filled with innocent people. Surely you'll finally gain the respect you deserve.
Quit calling me Shirley.
And an airplane. Nice. But how stupid were those airport designers? They built a runway 100 feet long and 2 miles wide. He landed sideways. See, because the runway goes that way, and he landed that way. I didn't think it was that funny. Hip, hip, hooray! What's this? The now all too expected Chartreuse Carpet Lounge is filled with people, all here to celebrate the country's newest hero, Larry! Larry Laffer!
What a hero. My hero!
Is he really your hero? Because you should have better standards for yourself. It's him! It's Larry!
I was pretending to be one of his girls.
It's Larry Laffer! What the hell is this little thing, too?
It's a child.
Is it? Huzzah! Hip hip!
Hooray!
So tell us, Mr. Laffer, asked a reporter, how does it feel to save the lives of hundreds of people? Feels a lot like springtime. Another reporter chimes in, where did you learn to fly a commercial airliner? What is the secret of your amazing rescue technique? Asks a third.
Hitting buttons at random until something works.
And will you earn extra frequent flyer miles? Before you can answer any questions, you hear a telephone ring.
Seems like he really deserves extra miles.
Mr. Laffer, there's a telephone call for you. For me, you wonder? No one knows I'm here, except for all of these reporters. Here, take the phone, says the reporter. It's the President of the United States.
Unlikely.
This would be George Bush #1. He didn't have anything better to do. Hello? Hello, who's this? Asked the voice on the phone. I can't do a George Bush. It's just not gonna happen. My name is Larry. Larry Laffer, you reply? Well, Mr. Laffer, this is the President of the United States. I just wanted to telephone to express the appreciation of this great nation to you, Larry Lasner, for the heroic deed you just accomplished minutes ago. We're really on the ball at the White House, keeping track of every flight in the country at all times. And of course, take this opportunity to up my approval rating another few points. You know, it never hurts to be seen worldwide on CNN under these circumstances.
I wonder how 9/11 slipped under their radar.
Nothing bad will ever come out of airplanes for my administration.
Not true.
Huh? Anyway, what I mean is, he says, getting back on track, you probably don't know this, but the Vice President's mommy was on that airplane that you just saved.
Ah, that makes more sense.
By the way, he's still gaining the approval of the great American people. Yes, gaining every month, little by little, getting better and better. He's even going to learn how to spell potato soon.
Who was the vice president?
Dan Quayle.
I probably should have known that.
In any case, he's so grateful that he wants me to host a big dinner in your honor here at the White House. He would have called you himself, but it's long distance.
Okay.
We can't trust him with that kind of power.
Or money.
So, Laughter. Do you think you could drop by the White House, say, Tuesday next week for one of those typical big National Hero of the Week dinners?
I might be able to fit it into my busy schedule.
I never get invited to one of those.
Let me guess. Is Patty gonna be at the same dinner?
That sounds ridiculous. You are astonished. But, of course, sir, you reply, I'll be there. Do I have to bring a date, you wonder? But at the present, you say, I really look forward to meeting you and the First Lady. Oh, sorry, Lasser, he says. I'll be too busy meeting with some important ambassadors or something to attend. But I promise to send the Vice President instead.
That's just as good, really.
Big hero dinner on CNN, and he's not even going to be at the dinner. Nice talking to you, Liquor, he concludes. Good job. That can be your nickname for me if you'd like.
Nope.
And goodbye. You don't want to just go around calling me Liquor? Click. Goodbye to you, Mr. Oh, I guess you've hung up. Well, Larry, things did work out for you. Who would have thought that you would get a personal invitation from the President of the United States to attend a big state dinner, especially one in your honor? That is the most presidential the Larry theme has ever been. You wonder if they'll have live music. And so it ends. The following Tuesday, our heroine patiently awaits her turn to perform at a White House dinner, while unbeknown to her, our hero approaches the doorway. Oh my gosh, you were right! How did you call that?
I'm brilliant. Plus it helps that I can see the future.
We have one more puzzle to solve. And you're gonna solve it.
No!
I believe in you. You've gotten better at these adventure games as we've been playing them. What an honor for you, Patty. Just look at all the dignitaries here to hear you perform. We haven't figured out this whole Julius business. Well, you presume that's why they're here. You are seated at the table closest to the door, and near the piano you are to perform upon after dinner. Inspector Desmond sits across from you, chatting with the woman beside him. I guess that woman with the beak? You carry on a meaningless dialogue with two men beside you. What a shame the president was too busy to be here, though. You feel sure he would have loved to have met you.
Bet he would have.
Uh-huh.
No, he's not Clinton.
Yeah, I have a feeling she's gonna bag her some Clinton. She is very passionate. A voice rings out from just outside the doorway. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor this evening, fresh from his heroic rescue of an airplane filled with U.S. citizens, including our Vice President's mommy, Mr. Larry Laffer. What, you think? Larry? My? Larry Laffer? Larry, you shout, it's you! Patty, Larry shouts, it's you! Oh, Larry, I've missed you so, you whisper in his ear. They fit together so well. What happened to you, Patty? Larry sighs. The last I remember, we were together on a deck overlooking a lake. Where did you go? Hell, where did I go? Oh yeah, remember that plot point from the very beginning of the game? Oh, you sweet dear, you really don't remember a thing, do you? It's a long story that perhaps I'll tell you someday, but right now all that matters is we're together again. And her breast fit right underneath his chin. They really were meant to be together, although I don't see how you can kiss him with that nose. Say, Patty, Larry says, since I had a little trouble finding a date for tonight, why don't you join me on the dais? We can talk about old times. Why, Larry, that would be wonderful. I have a hard time imagining that even Larry couldn't find a dinner date to the White House. Couldn't you just go to, like, any bar and be like, hey, baby, I'm eating at the White House tomorrow. You want to come? Come on, Inspector Desmond, you say. We're gonna sit at the head table. Patty, well, I meant... Larry stutters, then finally gives up. Hi, Inspector. My name's Larry. Larry Laffer. You gotta have the hee-hee.
Right.
I don't know if you've noticed. Charmed, grunts Desmond. I was thinking maybe I could sit next to Patty. You guys just... Because, you know, she's my soulmate. We fit together so good. And, you know, she's the one love of my life. And I was just... Oh, man. Excuse me, Patty. Would you two scoot over a little so your guest of honor can sit down, too? That is my life right there.
When has that ever happened to you?
Every time. From nowhere, a Secret Service man appears with a folding chair. This guy was on duty, waiting for just such an occasion.
It's very considerate.
You know, Mr. Vice President, Larry says, you've always been a secret hero of mine. In fact, the Vice Presidency is the one office to which I've always aspired to. That sounds like Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Setting those goals high. Mr. Laffer, responds the Vice President, has anyone ever mentioned to you that we look alike?
No?
Of course. And I am proud. Would you stop macking on my chick, please? I am right here. That is my dream girl. Before you can talk to Larry or Desmond, you realize the large, burly gentleman to your left is already speaking to you. Wait a minute, I recognize those eyebrows. And it's unfortunate that you're here this evening, as I'm only in town for a short time. Yes, I'm testifying tomorrow on Capitol Hill at the Senate hearings on pornography in the entertainment industry, says Mr. Big. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have a basketball game.
Eyes up here, buddy. Eyes up here. Oh, really, you say, feigning interest? You've heard of me, then. He swells up noticeably.
An experience not fully unfamiliar to you?
Yes, my job is simple. Tomorrow I intend to convince Congress to create tough anti-pornography legislation. Tough enough to make the airwaves beaver clean again. Just like they were back in the 50s.
Are beavers clean?
Leave it to beaver.
Oh!
That's why it's in quotation marks. Although in the 7th game, we will be milking beavers.
Why would we be doing that?
So we can make Venezuelan beaver cheese. You love these dinners and being seated next to people who feel their sole mission is to impress you with themselves.
I do?
Eyes up here, buddy. Especially a man whose breath is enough to curdle hairspray.
I wonder what curdled hairspray looks like.
I don't. Allow me to introduce myself, he says. Mr. Big, a major West Coast corporate leader. Also, I was on Sex and the City. My name is Passionate Patti, you reply. Apparently her name is actually Passionate. And I bet I can guess how you earned that name, he grins.
Born with it?
My parents named me Passionate? What an obnoxious creep. Now he's humming at you, some familiar song. A love song? Who does he think he's impressing? What is that song, you think? It sounds so familiar. Realizing you're still unimpressed, Big digs in deeper. You know, Patty, may I call you Patty? I find you a very sexy woman. In fact, I've been looking for just such a woman for a new position I recently created. It's called Under Me. Preferably under the table, right now. Between phrases, he continues to hum that melody. Patty, you seem like a woman interested in quick success. Why don't you be the hostess of my new TV show?
I told you she was perfect for it.
Mr. Big agrees with you. For months, I've had minions out hunting for the sexiest woman in America, but tonight, I've discovered her by myself. Just say the word, babe, and the gig is yours.
What's with babe?
She is kind of a babe.
But that's not her name.
No, her name is Passionate. Passionate Patti. At the mention of sexiest woman in America, Larry's head jerks toward Mr. Big, his attention riveted on your conversation. Really, Mr. Big, your offer is not interest... ... Big interrupts you. Oh, Patti, stop being so formal, please. Call me Julius.
Well, there's a shocker twist.
What a twist! M. Night Shyamalan wrote this. Julius! You think, your mind racing, or screaming, or whatever her mind was doing, because it disappeared before I could read it. Patti, something's wrong, says Larry. He's offering you the job as hostess of America's Sexiest Home Videos, but he has nothing to do with that show. I should know! I do! I was sent by the producer to find... Say, wait a minute. Could he be the money behind the show?
He could be.
This whole plot is unraveling!
See, Larry's case, Patty's case, we're the same case.
Oh my gosh! Julius, you cry, suddenly putting everything together. Desmond, arrest this man! What? Shouts Big. You scoundrel! You've been humming the love theme that I wrote for the soundtrack of Larry 4. That song was never published and the recording was never released. There's no way you could know it unless you played Larry 4! Oh, that's right. This just got deep and meta at the same time. Deep meta. Of course, I see it all now, Big. You're the man who hired me to create the music, then erased the floppies to keep from paying me. You're the reason my poor Larry has amnesia. You're the man behind K-Rap and Des Rever Records. Julius Big, you're the man I've been following this entire game. The meta deepens. She knows she's in a game, and deleting a game deleted Larry's memory. You're so smart, Patti, screams Big. Let's see you deduce your way out of this. And leaping to his feet, he pulls a revolver and aims it directly at you. Everybody stay away or I'll shoot, shouts Big. Larry cries out, I'll save you, sir! Larry just saved the vice president's life. So how do we deal with this?
Doesn't she still have that brazier gun?
Indeed she does. It's a good thing I wore that FBI bra, you think, touching your elbows behind your back.
Don't touch, I've been
Bam!
trying.
Bam!
Seriously, you try.
Oh.
Not even close, right?
No, not even remotely. Congratulations, Patti, says Desmond. You saved the vice president's life. We'll haul this guy down to headquarters right now. He whispers to you under his breath. There goes our weekend together, Patti. I'll be stuck in the office filing paperwork on this lowlife for days.
Can I just point out that probably the worst place to pull out a gun is the White House?
I would imagine so. It's not like they have, you know, security guys or Secret Service men or anything like that. Sorry I shoved your face in that custard pie, Mr. President, Larry says.
I love custard pie.
You turn to Larry and say, so it looks like I'm free for the weekend. How about you?
What a slut. Does she love him or not?
Assuming you're talking to him, the vice president whispers carefully so as not to let his wife overhear. Oh, well, yes, perhaps I could set up a little excursion to Camp David.
Bad, Mr. Vice President.
Larry presumes the vice president is being magnanimous. Gee, thanks, he says in an odd voice. And I hope you and the missus get a chance to come along, too. Larry just cock-blocked the vice president.
As he should. Adulterous bastard.
Larry, what's that bulge in your leisure suit? Oh, Patti. I know just what you mean. These are some miniature videotapes I recorded while on the road. Hey, fun. That'll give us something to watch at Camp David.
Or not.
I just love home movies, chimes the vice president.
Uh-oh.
Patti? Sir, I don't think... never mind, Larry says. Grab your glasses, everyone. Patti, I propose a toast to us and to our wonderful future together. By the way, we never see Passionate Patti or hear her name ever mentioned again. Excellent, Larry. Yes, to a great week-end. I think it had 2 dashes.
Why are they never going to see Passionate Patti?
That's a very good question. Until all's well that ends well. Well, well. It seems all your work videotaping that girls was for naught. Silas Screw'em-all, producer of America's Sexiest Home Videos, decided to simplify the audition process by magnanimously awarding the show's hostess gig to his current girlfriend. So really, this entire Larry's side of this entire game, pointless.
awesome. I love it when that happens.
The only thing of consequence that happened to Larry is he was on a plane that was about to crash. America's Sexiest Home Videos went on to become the mega hit of the season, proving clearly that P.T. Barnum was right. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time. Congress never did get around to doing anything to clean up the airwaves.
Who does this show?
It seems every bill ever submitted somehow turned up mysteriously stuck in committee while they examined the evidence. Rocco's very excited about committee hearings. After a lengthy trial that increased tabloid sales nationwide, Julius Big was found innocent of all charges related to his incident at the White House dinner.
What?
Dude pulled a gun. Innocent!
I'm surprised he didn't get shot and killed.
He did get shot. And what was quickly dubbed the custard pie defense, he pleaded temporary insanity due to the high sugar content of those White House desserts, and got off with a mild reprimand from the judge and 6 months of mandatory Jenny Craig meetings.
Very implausible. Don't screw with the White House.
It's a reference of the Twinkie defense.
I know, but don't screw with the White House.
Custard pie. Custard pie made me do it.
Wasn't that guy kill himself?
Reverse Baez soon found himself out of a job when Des Rever Records went bankrupt. Executives realized there was no longer any reason to add subliminal messages to recordings since kids can't figure out how to play their CDs backwards. K-Rap became a national sensation when they expanded by buying a small television station outside of Atlanta and a 24-hour satellite channel.
Okay.
I'm glad they told us about that. I really was wondering what was going to happen to K-Rap. They promoted P.C. Hammer to his new position as the nation's first nude VJ. Their new slogan, KTV, more rap, less rap.
Okay.
The mob's pornography business continued its steady decline.
Well, yeah, interwebs.
But they'll find newer, more profitable investments somewhere.
Human trafficking.
Piano bars continue to change into karaoke bars, and the entertainment industry remains exactly as honest as it's always been. That sounds kind of depressing for Patti. Maybe she kills herself, and that's why she doesn't show up again. But all is not lost. Leisure Suit Larry and Passionate Patti are together again. True love forever, at least for the weekend.
Oh,
So much sex they're gonna have.
so much.
That was it, guys. That was Leisure Suit Larry 5. Then we'll have a nice wrap-up video, and we'll get ready for one of my favorites in the series, Leisure Suit Larry 6. Oh my gosh. They really do get better from here. This is kind of a low mark, because, let's admit it, Larry really didn't do anything of consequence in this game.
At all.
He did get to see some boobs, and he got a blowjob.
Hey, boobs.
Hey, there's Josh Mandel, the voice of King Graham. He's a groovy guy. Coffee Grinder, C. Escobar. Is that it? Are we done? The music's fading out. The music's fading out. Remember Outlaw's slogan, better babes through technology.